Texas family helps rescue woman clinging to tree after being swept 20 miles downriver. Texas flooding update, Kerr County tragedy and rescue efforts. Tragedy at Camp Mystic, 5 dead, 12 missing in Texas floods. Texas family helps rescue woman clinging to tree after being swept 20 miles downriver. Imagine the sheer terror of being swept 20 miles down a raging river, clinging to a tree for hours as deadly flash floods ravaged the landscape. This was the harrowing reality for a woman in Kerr County, Texas, over the weekend. But here's where it gets controversial. The woman's life was saved by a family who happened to be in the right place at the right time. The Jeter family, who were outside on their deck, heard her desperate cries for help and sprang into action. Carl Jeter, a member of the family, recounted the moment he first spotted the woman. "She saw me and started screaming for help," Carl told Fox and Friends Weekend on Sunday. "At first, I couldn't locate her. I thought she was in the river itself going downstream, and I was like, oh my gosh, and then I finally was able to look across the river at the end of the tree and I spotted her, so I began to call out to her and tell her that I see her. I got you. We're going to get you some help. It's going to be okay. Just hang on." The family quickly called for help, and a coordinated effort by multiple rescue teams, including the Swiftwater Rescue from Boerne, Texas, and Texas Parks and Wildlife game wardens, ensured the woman's safe rescue. Josh Jeter described the scene. "There were multiple teams that showed up. We were able to help launch those boats by hand into the water for them to get in and rescue her. It was a moment of sheer determination and teamwork. You didn't think about it. You just did what you needed to do to help them get into the water to save this young lady that's clinging to life in a tree," Josh added. After the rescue, the Jeters invited the woman into their home. Carl described her condition. "She was in shock. She was cut and bruised and banged up from the trek and cold. So we wrapped her in blankets and towels and got her into the house, the dry spot because it was raining outside at the time, pretty good." The woman was understandably shaken. She was just extremely upset, concerned, worried, and what have you. The devastating floods in central Texas have left more than 50 people confirmed dead, with authorities still desperately searching for those missing. Among the missing are more than 27 young girls who were staying at Camp Mystic, an all-girls private Christian retreat in Hunt, Texas. 5 of these girls have been confirmed dead, and about 850 people have been rescued so far. This tragedy raises important questions about emergency preparedness and the role of community support in times of crisis. How can we better prepare for such disasters? And what can we learn from the Jeter family's selfless actions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Should communities be more proactive in training and equipping citizens for emergency situations? Or do we rely too heavily on professional rescue teams? Let's discuss. Texas flooding update, Kerr County tragedy and rescue efforts. Breaking: tragedy strikes Texas as deadly floods claim 59 lives, rescue teams race against time. But here's where the real challenge begins. Kerr County, Texas, July 6, 2025, a devastating flash flood has turned parts of central Texas into a disaster zone, with at least 59 confirmed fatalities, 38 adults and 21 children, after torrential waters ravaged homes and vehicles in Kerr County. Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha delivered the grim update Sunday morning, revealing that 22 victims remain unidentified. Among the missing are 11 young girls and a counselor from a Christian summer camp along the Guadalupe River, sparking a desperate around-the-clock search. Live updates as of Sunday morning *. 10:38 a.m., officials hold a full press conference detailing rescue progress. 10:24 a.m., Kerrville Mayor Joe Herring declares, "Our mission is clear, save those in danger and locate the missing." 10:22 a.m., a surprising obstacle emerges. City Manager Dalton Rice urgently warns private drone operators to ground their devices. These drones are interfering with rescue aircraft, risking lives and operations, he stresses. Could this delay critical aid? Debate flares online. 10:11 a.m., Sheriff Letha reiterates the heartbreaking toll, 59 recovered, many still unaccounted for. 9:53 a.m., overnight search teams press forward in western Kerr County, while Kerrville police scour the city limits. Officials note an outpouring of volunteer offers but redirect goodwill to organized channels like the Salvation Army, 830-465-4797, or tcr.communityos.org. A dedicated email, kerrvillamissing@dps.texas.gov, is established for missing persons reports. Families are urged to submit names, descriptions, and photos. The search continues, a race against hope. Authorities have yet to disclose the total number of missing as operations stretch into Sunday. Two reporting methods exist, a hotline, 830-258-1111, and email, floodrecovery@co.kerr.tx, funneling details to emergency coordinators. Meanwhile, haunting images emerge from Camp Mystic, where cabins stand battered, a stark reminder of the 20-plus girls still unaccounted for. Governor Greg Abbott issues a rallying cry, assume every tragedy at Camp Mystic, 5 dead, 12 missing in Texas floods. A summer camp turned nightmare. The youngest campers at Texas Camp Mystic were sleeping dangerously close to the river when a catastrophic flash flood struck, claiming 5 young lives and leaving 12 others missing. Here's the chilling truth about what went wrong. In the early hours of July 4th, while most of America slept, disaster unfolded at Camp Mystic. The Guadalupe River, normally a serene backdrop for the historic Christian summer camp, transformed into a deadly force. In just 90 minutes, water levels surged an astonishing 20 feet above flood stage, swallowing cabins where girls as young as 8 and 9 slept, mere 225 feet from the riverbank. 5 children, Lila Bonner, 9, Janie Hunt, 9, Sarah Marsh, 8, Eloise Peck, 8, and Renee Smajstrela, 9, have been confirmed dead. 12 more remain unaccounted for, their families clinging to hope. Among the victims is the camp's longtime owner, a figure deeply tied to the camp's legacy, which includes former First Lady Laura Bush as a past counselor. Satellite analysis reveals a haunting detail. The youngest campers were housed in low-lying cabins, less than a football field's length from the river. Older girls, stationed on higher ground 600 feet away, narrowly escaped the worst. But here's where it gets controversial. Why were the most vulnerable campers placed in such a high-risk zone? The flood gauge in nearby Hunt, Texas, recorded the terrifying surge, 20 feet of water in 90 minutes. But Camp Mystic, located downstream, would have been hit even sooner. Survivor Eleanor Lester, 13, described the scene as completely destroyed. With 59 dead statewide and 15 children among Kerr County's casualties, questions are mounting. A mother of 2 rescued campers accused staff of negligence, stating they should have been on top of it after flash flood warnings were issued the day before. And this is the part most people miss. Camp Mystic's riverfront location isn't new. It's a century-old tradition. But in an era of climate extremes, does tradition justify risk? What do you think? Should camps like Mystic reevaluate their safety protocols, or is this simply an unforeseeable tragedy? Share your thoughts below. Texas family helped